Hello guys, it's me Julie, and I'm filming another video. As y'all know, I went to Bisbee, and I'll link my first Bisbee vlog down below. But why I brought up Bisbee is because I am going to be filming a little story time about some of the ghost things that happened when I was there. I'm pretty sure some of these things can be explained, and if you guys have any explanations for them, please leave it down below. Okay, first thing that happened that was paranormal. So as you guys know, if you saw my vlog, I did a whole entire tour of the suite that we were staying at. I know that the word suite sounds really fancy and stuff, but it was just a little apartment basically. That's all it really was. But yeah, I was in my bedroom. I shared it with my mom because we were both sleeping in that bed, and then my sister and my grandma were sleeping in a bed that was right next to us. So my grandma, my sister, and my mom were all hanging out in the living room, and they had the front door open. Now they had a door, and then they had a screen door. So they had their screen door closed, but they had their door open, so there was obviously air passing through there. And then I went into my room to go change because I think later that night we were gonna go out somewhere and it was gonna be a little bit colder, so I wanted to get warmer clothes on. The screen door and the door were open, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna close them. So I closed both of them and I locked the door. Picking out my clothes to get changed. And I already at that point had my pants off. I put my new pants on and I was doing my shirt. So I legit took my shirt off, and I was about to take my shirt off, and I don't know if you guys have, because with blinds they have certain types of things that you can pull. Mine at my house have little they're not they look like this, they're in this shape, but it has that shape with a string, and that's how you pull them to open them. But at this suite, they were the cylinders that you turn manually to change how the blinds look. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, this is a couple minutes after, it wasn't shaking when I closed it. It starts going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but I didn't really think, oh, it's a ghost. And all of a sudden, my locked door flings open. Now, not the screen door, the door that is behind the screen door slams open, hits the wall. I legit freak out. I run, legit run out of that room. And at that house, let's just say, this is the door that opened, this is the patio, or blah, blah, blah. And then, here, this is the patio. And then, this is another door that you open to, get in the room. And I'm standing over here in the living room. There's a little bar right here, but I ran over it, and I was telling my mom that the door opened, and she's like, that's weird. And everybody got up and they slowly watched. So this door was already open, and the open door that was open because I ran out of the room slammed shut. And my mom and me were freaking out. My sister was too, and my grandma was like, it's probably just the wind. And I honestly kind of believe that, but how can a locked door slam open by itself when I clearly locked it? There's no way that could have something must have unlocked it, and it wasn't me. I locked the door and I was changing, and it flung open and the other door slammed. So I really don't know what that was. Okay, story number 2. The last time I went to Bisbee, we went on a ghost tour where you got in a golf cart and not walking. This time we went on a walking tour, but last time we went on a golf cart tour. So she would take us around and point at stuff, and we would get out. But the lady that was doing the tour, she took us to her childhood home. Obviously she grew up in that house, so she knows a lot about that house, and she was telling us that there has been so many crazy and weird occurrences that happened at that house that it got so bad to the point where they actually asked the church if they could do an exorcism on a structure. And I mean, usually you get exorcisms on people. So getting an exorcism on a structure is very, very crazy. So the story goes that the priest went to go, exorcise the house, and some unknown force, he was walking up the steps, threw him back 40 feet from the house. And I am going to make another story time about what actually happened at that last ghost tour, because the stuff that happened there is so crazy and I don't want to tell it now. But basically, we went back to that house in this second trip because my mom, you know, wanted to go see it, and my mom wanted to show my grandma as well. So we go, and it's daytime, so it's not as creepy as it was when it was at nighttime or whatever. So we're like, okay, it's just an abandoned house. And I was in the front, and I was trying to take pictures, but there were so many like dead bushes and like trees like growing into the house, so like the windows at the front of the house were not being able to catch any ghosts in. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the side of the house. So I was walking on the side of the house, and there's these like 3 or 4 windows, I think it was 3, but they're like, you know, big windows. They're kind of like average size, you know, like this big, enough to have a demon in it. Anyway, but yeah, I was taking a bunch of pictures, and I was like, okay, that'd be funny if, like, you know, we caught a ghost or whatever. My sister was like, what if there's a ghost in the window? Like, that's funny. And then we went back in the car, and we were gonna go get lunch, I think. Yeah, lunch. And I was, you know, kind of just looking at my pictures, because I was like, I want to see if I caught anything. So I'm going through all of them, you know, I'm trying to zoom in on every single window, every single thing that you could have saw, you know, anything from. And I get to this picture. So I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like, the picture that I took, you know. And this is it zoomed in. I really don't even know, because I showed this to many people. Some people cannot see it at first, some people cannot see it at all. But what I see is you can clearly see that there is like a face. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a man, a woman, a demon, but it has, you know, it doesn't have eyes. It's just black, you know, black hollows. Like, you know, if you were like a skeleton, for instance, you have like the black hollows of the eyes. So that's what it looks like. And you can just see like the bottom of the nose like this, and then the mouth is just not there. So it's like only this part, and you can see like black, you can see like a hairline. But yeah, I don't really know what it is. If you guys think it's a ghost, well, I mean, that's what I think it is. I think it's a ghost. I think I caught a ghost. But people are like, oh, I don't really know what you're even saying. Like, it doesn't even look like a ghost. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what are we even looking at? But yeah. And the last story that I have is not as scary, but it is, you know, pretty weird. So I think this is also on Thursday. We were standing, you know, out on our little balcony that we had in our suite. It wasn't a balcony, it was like the floor, but you could see the town, because in Bisbee they like, it reminds me of Italy, because they like have like hills, but they stack houses like on the hills, so it kind of looks like they're all like really like close together. That's where they have like a lot of alleys and stuff in Bisbee, which are kind of creepy. But grandma was like, hey, there's that building over there, and like it looks abandoned or whatever, and it looks really cool, we should probably go check it out. So we head out to go look at the building, and it was a really long walk. In Bisbee they have very like steep hills, so it was really hard to get up there, and my calves were burning. All of us were really tired once we got to the high school, and we kind of like went in it and stuff, and like kind of looked at stuff, and then we went back out, and my mom wanted to go to the old Bisbee courthouse, but the problem was it was really far. If we had to walk all that way, I'm pretty sure like we would have died. So my mom was like, okay, I'm gonna go get the car, y'all can wait here. And it was me, my sister, and my grandma. So we were kind of in the front of the school at that point, and we're like, okay, well, let's just walk up the hill a little bit. So we start walking up the hill, and we're like walking up the side of the school. Like, there's like a little sidewalk that's by the school, and like the windows are open, and it's cute. It's like a really cute little school. And we come to the back of the school, and there's like these stairs that go up, and then there's the road. And we're like, okay. So we just kind of just sat on the steps, and, you know, I'm kind of looking around, and I look up, and there's like a door, and it's like bolted shut, like nobody can get in there. But it says, you know, gymnasium. And I was like, oh, that's the gym, that's cool. We're sitting there for a little bit. My sister is running up and down the steps, and then she kind of finally calms down a little bit. And me and my grandma are sitting there, and we start to hear like noises coming from the gymnasium. And we're like, that's weird, because when we went in there, it was used as an office. Like, people use it for like federal offices and stuff. So I really don't know why there really couldn't be anybody inside of there, you know, because it's a federal office. Who plays basketball in a federal office, you know what I mean? Kind of, you know, listening to the noises, and it kind of clicks to me that these are the sounds of, you know, a basketball game, you know, like the basketball being bounced and like squeaky sneakers, you know, on the floor. And I'm like, wow, that's really weird that there's somebody playing basketball in there. Like, they're not even, I don't think they're even allowed to play basketball in there. That's weird. So me and my grandma think nothing of it. My mom comes, picks us up, we go to the courthouse, enjoy the rest of our day. Then when it becomes nighttime, we have to go to a ghost tour. We went on the walking one, like I said. The tour was like an hour, but it went around everywhere, and it was really cool because he went to so many places and said all these things about all these ghosts, and it was kind of just cool for me to learn that all these ghosts were here, and all the history of all the old buildings. We stopped at this one building, and he was just talking about it, blah, 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 and like some story that happened in like the 1800s or whatever. Somebody got shot or something, but it was weird. So there were like ghosts even in the 1800s. But anyway, he's like talking about the school now, because I guess the school was kind of close to the building that he was talking about. And he was saying that people that, you know, work in the office, they would hear like people playing basketball and stuff, like in, you know, the gymnasium, and, you know, people would go in there and nothing would be there, nobody would be there, and no one would be playing basketball in there or whatever. So me and my grandma legit like looked at each other and we're like, holy crap, that's what we heard. Must have been a ghost. So I will talk to y'all in my next video, and goodbye.